In today's episode of the Pathway Presents podcast, I have an interesting guest here with me today. With the team of BudSense. We got Robyn Ham here. She's hailing over as a marketing lead over at BudSense. And essentially what these guys are doing is they, help you to manage your cannabis dispensary in case you're running one. And if you're not, it's very interesting to sort of, look into that new and evolving industry and what challenges marketers and growth marketers face in that world. Without further ado, let's jump in. Robyn, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So maybe give us a quick overview. What is BudSense all about in your own words?
So BudSense is a cannabis merchandising software company, and we help make selling weed easy for cannabis dispensaries. We're based in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, and we've been company since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So with BudSense, cannabis dispensaries can build flexible digital, paper, and website menus to merchandise the weed they're selling. And BudSense we're built by cannabis retailers. So our team we've managed, operated, started cannabis retail shops, which gives us an edge in the industry as we fully understand the pain points and what it takes to operate a cannabis retail shop.
That makes sense. Now, it sounds like obviously the users of the platform would be, I guess, the owners or operation leaders of the dispensaries. How do they learn about you guys? Like what's sort of, how do those owners, those business owners or operation leaders, how do they hear about you?
Well, they usually find us by our referral partners, which has brought us the most success here in Canada,
mm-hmm.
as well as, the cannabis community, they work really well together to support each other. It seems like a pretty small community, so everyone wants to support each other and help each other. So that's why referral partners has worked out well for us. And then secondly, our customers often find us through Google search, which, because the cannabis industry is so regulated, you're actually not allowed to put money towards improving your SEO. Mm-hmm. So you have to rely heavily on keywords and organic search. And it's kind of like the OG Google advertising. So because you're not allowed to do any paid advertising. Yep. So you have to solely rely on building your website organically. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of cool, as it puts everyone on the same playing field.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Now, then tell me a little bit about the website. You mentioned SEO plays a huge role so that people can find you organically. How do you think about the website? Like, what role do you think does the website play for you as a marketer for BudSense?
Well, we rely heavily on using keywords. That's what boosts us. And I think everyone, like, you go to a cannabis website and it's covered in the ones that are rising to the top on Google, they're covered in the keywords that people are searching. So
that makes sense. And you've been actually in that industry for a while, and you've been sort of actually a founder, even yourself in the past. Now, what have you learned over the years? Once you got the people on the website, is there anything that you've learned that is, make it easier for the people to convert? Any tips, tricks, tools, approaches, that you've learned when it comes to have, website visitor actually reaching out to you guys?
Okay, wait, you're asking if what are like my website hacks to?
Yeah, if there's anything you learned, maybe there's, one or two things that you've found out over the years, maybe a specific tool, like, to analyze the visitors, or maybe a way to address the persona on the page, anything that might have been helpful for you in the past.
Well, we use Moz.com and Google Analytics, and then just analyze the data on those. And then what's working, we put more attention towards. What's not working, we scrap.
Yep, that makes complete sense. Now, tell me a little bit more about, the role of a marketer in that industry. Sort of, what are the types of projects, the types of things that you work on a daily basis? Maybe give us a quick overview, what you're working.
Well, because we are a fairly new startup and it is a very new industry, myself as a marketer, I wear a lot of hats in helping push the business forward. So my day doesn't always involve marketing, but being the marketer on the team, I'm doing the most marketing. But yeah, I do blog content creation, social media with a heavy focus on LinkedIn, being a B2B software company. And then yeah, just helping with the other tasks too that my teammates need help on.
Awesome. Very cool. Now, as a marketer yourself, right? Where do you personally like to educate yourself? Like, what are sort of the places where you keep learning? Is that certain like social platforms, courses, podcasts? What do you enjoy?
I do listen to a lot of marketing podcasts. I think that opens your mind up to business strategy and marketing strategy and different techniques that you wouldn't expect would work. And yeah, I listen to Under the Influence marketing podcast.
So next question, who would you say is benefiting most from BudSense?
Well, directly, BudSense makes selling weed easy for cannabis dispensaries. So this would include the store managers and bud tenders. And if it's at a larger scale, multi-store operator, it would include the company's corporate team. So we help the stakeholders merchandise inventory so they can best communicate product information, pricings, promotions at the customer's point of purchasing. With that being said, this also means BudSense benefits the cannabis customer that walks into the dispensary by improving the customer experience. We make buying weed easy for the cannabis customer. Cannabis itself is a highly complex product. First, the plant comes in many different types and made with many different components, such as different strains, different terpenes, different cannabinoids, which have different percentages amounts in them. So once the bud has been harvested, you can either sell it as flower in its natural state, or you can further the processing and turn it into anything really, like pre-rolled joints, oils, topicals, concentrates, vapes, edibles, beverages. You can infuse cannabis into just about anything. So as a result of the various cannabis products you can make, you get many different customer types with many different customer needs. With the complexity and variability of the plant and the different customer needs, with the right tools, creating an optimal customer experience can be challenging. And this is why BudSense aims to simplify cannabis merchandising. Our platform can be used as a guide to communicate product information in an easy to follow way. With BudSense, customers can see what the product looks like in its packaging, as that's regulated. So you're not allowed to see what you go into a dispensary, you're not allowed to see what you're buying. It's all in its packaging. So you can get access to the product's information, the name, brand, cannabinoids, terpenes, quantity, flavors, the effects, extraction methods, everything you need to know about the plant. BudSense can communicate that. And by communicating all this information, BudSense benefits the sellers as they can use BudSense as a guide to help benefit their buyers and leave the store feeling satisfied.
Very cool. That gives us a good overview. So last but not least, I would love to know, right, if people would be forgetting all that we discussed, right, about BudSense today, what's the one thing that people should remember?
One thing is our mission, which is BudSense makes selling weed easy. So selling weed should be easy. I mean, you're selling weed. So weed is not supposed to be stressful. It's supposed to be fun, enjoyable, relaxing, and easy. this is what we live by and why we want our cannabis retailers to be set up for success as trailblazing in the cannabis or in a challenging new industry. It's not easy. So our customers deserve all the help they can get to make their job easy.
Very, very good. No, Robyn, I really appreciate you gave us your time today to give us an insight into BudSense, what you guys are doing, how you're thinking about growth, a little bit how you keep on educating yourself as a marketer, and obviously what's the mission of BudSense. So appreciate you joining the show, and thanks for joining.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.